What's up, YouTube? This is Mathis97, and welcome to another episode of Jett Storm's My Career Mode for WWE 2K15, and this month is the Royal Rumble. 30 superstars will duke it out to earn a spot at WrestleMania. Entry numbers for the Royal Rumble will be decided a little differently this year. Starting tonight, for 4 weeks, superstars will be competing in Battle Royals to determine their entry spot into the Royal Rumble match, which is, of course, at the end of this month. And in case you're wondering, wait, what happened? Jett Storm, last episode, he won the World Heavyweight Championship. He defeated John Cena at Hell in the Cell, and now we're at the Royal Rumble. What's going on? Well, just in case you didn't already know about my career mode and the championship, the conditions for when you win a championship. Basically, every week beyond winning the championship, you have to defend it like it's the hardcore title. So every single episode following Storm's victory over John Cena would have been a World Heavyweight Championship title defense. And, you know, I'm enjoying this series, but I'm not enjoying it that much. I do kind of want to get this series to an end. And even if that wasn't the case, I don't want to spend time on something completely redundant. Jett Storm didn't win the hardcore title, so there's no reason to be defending it all the time. And, you know, Jett Storm wouldn't be getting any pay-per-view feuds for the title. Nothing really beneficial would come out of it. So, I just decided, you know what? In fact, the next episode on Smackdown, Cena won the world title back. I just dropped the belt because, let's face it, it was just going to slow down the progression of this series. And considering we're already 40 episodes in, and this mode is slow enough as it is, I really don't think I mean, if I'm being a bit biased here because I'm considering my own opinions in this, but if I was watching a career mode series, I know I wouldn't want to see pointless matches for the World Heavyweight Championship, because that's not what winning a title is about. You're supposed to have feuds build into it, and you're supposed to, I mean, it's a championship. It's supposed to mean something, but when you defend it week in, week out, it's like, it loses its meaning, you know? So, you know, you can complain if you want about my decision, but in the end, we're going to continue on with this career mode series. We're going to see what else the mode has planned out for Jett Storm, and here we are at the Royal Rumble. And in case you're also wondering what is up with the thumbnail, why it's not blue anymore, well, you're just going to have to stay tuned. Later in the episode, Jett Storm gets a promotion to Monday Night Raw. Yes, that is coming up later in this episode. And I didn't show the screen for it because I accidentally edited it out. But in the end, you know, it's basically the same thing, you know, the same kind of message from Triple H that you normally get for any other show promotion. So I do apologize if anyone wanted to, you know, if anyone was really eagerly anticipating the promotion for Jett Storm to Raw and they wanted to see that screen. I do apologize that I did cut that out, but in the end I didn't really see the point because it's basically the same sort of promotion. I mean, it's a landmark, but in the end, I don't know, when I was editing the video I didn't want it in there, so that's what happened. But here we go. Battle Royal continues, it rages on. Sami Zayn on the verge of elimination, but he gets back into this thing. So we've already seen Titus O'Neil, Fandango, and whoever the other person was in this matchup. Tyson Kidd, that's who it was. We saw those three get eliminated. And this matchup is actually kind of interesting because we're seeing opponents Jett Storm has faced in the past, like Tyson Kidd, Titus O'Neil, Fandango, opponents that Jett Storm has, you know, he's had matches with. He's had victories over. He's had, you know, some he's had feuds with, others he's just kind of defeated. Tyson Kidd, Jett Storm had a grudge against him after Tyson Kidd made Storm tap out in a triple threat match involving Baron Blade. But Jett Storm, he did get that win back several episodes ago, in fact. Probably about 20 episodes or so by now. But actually, that was episode 22, so it was 18 episodes ago, in fact. And then, of course, we have Sami Zayn, who competed alongside Jett Storm down in NXT. And then we've got Dolph Ziggler, who defeated Jett Storm in singles competition a couple of episodes ago, actually, building up to Night of Champions. But Jett Storm, he's looking to get some payback on Ziggler here tonight with the Shining Wizard, calm before the storm to the back of the head of Ziggler. And Jett Storm, oh, he could be eliminated here, but Jett Storm, he skins the cat, shades of Shawn Michaels 1995, gets back in this thing. Oh, and now an elbow right to the jaw of Jett Storm there by Sami Zayn. And what a matchup this is. Look at the three superstars we got in the ring. Three of WWE's best talent in the ring. Dolph Ziggler, Sami Zayn, and Jett Storm right now. And now look at Ziggler. Drop kick right to the side of the head of Jett Storm. And Dolph Ziggler. Oh, could we see it? Oh, Sami Zayn, you spoil sport. You've ruined it. Ziggler was going to go for the heart stopper elbows, and Sami Zayn broke it up. That's one mechanic I don't really like about this game. Whenever someone breaks up a signature or finisher, you lose it entirely. Because then you gotta, especially in a match like this where it might be a bit slower, then you have to spend the rest of the time building up that momentum, and it may be a bit quicker than in the match's beginning, but still, it takes a long time to build up a finisher in the grand scheme of things. And by the point when you have a finisher or a signature, it's a really long time to have to build it up again. And it just kind of slows the match down a little bit. But Zayn was just eliminated. Jett Storm dropkick. Ziggler's eliminated. Dolph Ziggler has been eliminated. Jett Storm wins the Battle Royal here tonight. So we move on to the next week on SmackDown, where it was yet another 6-man Battle Royal. And I shortened this just for time because I don't want this episode to drag on. So we've seen Tommy Wall and one of the Usos being eliminated. I believe that was Jey Uso. Because for some reason, it seems like Jey Uso is the featured Uso in singles competition in these modes. I don't understand exactly why. And watch it be Jimmy Uso, and it just completely throws my logic out the window. But I don't know, it seems like a lot of the time in some of the matches I've been playing that are just sort of the throwaway matches in between rivalries, I face Jey Uso a lot. He's one of the superstars that just seems to pop up. Not so much Jimmy Uso, but it's Jey Uso. And also in Universe mode with the rankings, for some reason, Jey Uso keeps flying up on the rankings and Jimmy Uso stays put. I don't understand exactly why that happens, but I don't know. I guess Jey Uso is just the greater of the two brothers or something. I'm not sure what it is, but look at this. Jett Storm also in the ring. He's dealing with Rusev, and well, if you're a longtime fan of this series, not really a long time, but if you've been a fan since Jett Storm's WWE promotion, you would know that Jett Storm, he's got beef with Rusev. Rusev defeated Jett Storm in his debut match to the WWE, and then defeated him for the NXT Championship way back when on WWE Superstars. So Jett Storm, he's got history with Rusev, and you'd have to think Jett Storm, he's looking to get his win back over Rusev here tonight. But at the moment, Jett Storm going after the Animal Batista. Atomic drop. And the Animal's over the top rope to the floor. Batista's eliminated. So we're down to 3. Jett Storm, Rusev, and Rey Mysterio. So this matchup wasn't quite as memorable in terms of opponents. I mean, Jett Storm, he's faced Mysterio. He's faced Rusev in the past. But, I mean, like Batista, I guess at Evolution, that was also kind of a thing that happened, the match at Payback against Evolution. But really, the first matchup seemed like it was more kind of notable, seeing some of Jett Storm's rivals of the past. This one, we got Tommy Wall in there as well, but this one wasn't quite as notable in my opinion, which is probably why out of the two, this was the one that was shortened, as we can see right now. These Battle Royals are crucial for Jett Storm heading into the Royal Rumble because, you don't want to enter in at number 1 in the Royal Rumble. While it has produced the same amount of winners as the number 30 entrant, still, to have to last through 29 other competitors, that's easier said than done. You want to try to have the best odds as possible. You'd rather come in later in the Rumble, maybe even at the number 27 entrant, the number that has produced the most winners in the history of the Royal Rumble. Even more than the number 30, even more than the number 1. And now look at this. Look at this, Jett Storm, he could eliminate Mysterio here. Jett Storm eliminates Rey Mysterio, and we are down to 2. Rusev was going for a big clothesline, but Jett Storm cut him off with the drop kick to the knee. And could we see it? Jett Storm, well, it looked like Rusev was a bit out of position there. Jett Storm, DDT to Rusev. And Jett Storm, he's looking to set him up for the calm before the storm here. Oh, but Rusev back to his feet before Jett Storm can set it up. And now drop kicks the knee, but Jett Storm, at the moment, it looks like he's got something else in mind. Drop kick right to the sternum of Rusev. But Rusev He's just a beast, just getting right back to his feet. And although at this point Rusev no longer undefeated, I mean, I'm sure he's lost by this point. Jett Storm still, he's got history with Rusev. He wants his win back. And now look at this. Jett Storm, can he get him out? He's pushing. Can he get Rusev out? Can he get him off the bottom rope? Jett Storm eliminates Rusev. And although it's not a pinfall or submission victory, it's not the full brunt of, you know, his redemption. Jett Storm does get his win back over Rusev. Although Rusev has beaten Jett Storm 3 times in the past, so Jett Storm not quite even with Rusev just yet. So I guess we're just going to have to wait and see if Jett Storm can ever get another crack at Rusev. But at the moment, we're now on Raw. Jett Storm has officially gotten his promotion. And right now we're in the ring with Cody Rhodes and The Miz! Calm before the storm to the back of the head of Cody Rhodes. And Jett Storm, he's going to try to eliminate Miz here. He's got him up over the top rope. And look at this, he's measuring The Miz here. Neck breaker, and Miz is eliminated. We're down to Jett Storm and Cody Rhodes. And these two men were former tag team partners for one match against Evolution back at Payback that I mentioned earlier. So Jett Storm, he does have history with Cody Rhodes. So Jett Storm, I'm sure he would like nothing more than to eliminate Cody Rhodes here tonight, because a victory would be 3 wins in a row for Jett Storm, and you have to think that that's going to give Jett Storm, you know, a higher entry into the Royal Rumble. He's going to be entering later in the matchup, and that's what you want, especially if you're more of a newcomer like Jett Storm. I mean, you don't exactly, I mean, you want to have the best odds possible, and especially for somebody like Jett Storm who's never competed in a Royal Rumble match, I mean, that especially just kind of adds to the fact that he's going to want a higher entry so that he can have the best odds possible. Because, I mean, you've got superstars like Cody Rhodes who have competed in countless Royal Rumble matches, who have history in the match, and they've had success. They may not have won, but they've had success in entering the Royal Rumble. So Jett Storm, you know, he's going to want to try to get his best entrance possible as he now eliminates Cody Rhodes. And what's that? Jett Storm, he's eliminated a lot of superstars over the past 3 weeks. 3 straight wins. If you win next week's match, then I'll give you the entry number that has statistically won the most Royal Rumble matches. So if Jett Storm can defeat Alberto Del Rio here tonight, Jett Storm will receive the number 27 entrant into the Royal Rumble. And that, I mean, Jett Storm couldn't ask for better odds. The numbers will be in his favor. So he's got to beat Del Rio here tonight, who delivers the backstabber through the ropes. But Jett Storm, you know, now that he's on Raw, he's finally made it to the top. His final stop on the road to superstardom. And as I was saying, with the Royal Rumble, Jett Storm, he wants to get the best entrance possible. So, I mean, 3 wins in a row, that's doing a really good job. And now he's just 1 win away from getting the best entrance, statistic-wise, in the history of the Royal Rumble. So Jett Storm right now going up against Mexico's greatest export, who really, we got a nice battle here of chain grappling, but Del Rio once again has Storm in the ropes and delivering those forearms to the kidneys of Jett Storm, and that's just gonna set him up for the backstabber once again. Del Rio really doing a number on Jett Storm's back there. And Del Rio, I mean, Del Rio's got a lot to gain here, because you got to imagine Del Rio's going to be entering the Royal Rumble match as well, and if he can soften up as many opponents as possible, if he can soften up Jett Storm here tonight, you know, that's only going to benefit Del Rio. So Jett Storm, not only does he have to win this matchup to get the number 27 entrant, I mean, you know, it's more important to survive for the Royal Rumble than it is to get that specific entrant, because, I mean, if Jett Storm loses, he's still probably going to have a really good entrant into the match. So Jett Storm, he's going to have to be careful in this match with Del Rio. He's got to try not to injure himself, but of course he wants that win. I mean, you want momentum heading into the Royal Rumble. You want to win as many matches as possible. And that's what Jett Storm's looking to do here tonight with that nice DDT right there. And now a cartwheel, just showing his confidence in his abilities at the moment. Up on the second rope, axe handle right to Del Rio. But we are approaching, I mean, I think we're approaching the end of my career mode. We're getting there. I mean, the Royal Rumble, if we win, then we're going to be going to main event WrestleMania. And that potentially could be the end of the series. And, you know, as I take a look over across my room. Let me grab it here. I've got Smackdown vs. Raw 2006. I've got the game in my hands. If any of you recognize that sound, I just opened the case. I've got the game right in front of me. And I've got the PlayStation 2. And, you know, when I went to buy this game the other day, I went up to the store, I got it, then I came back home, and then I realized, you know, this just kind of shows how memory cards and whatnot, how outdated the PlayStation 2 has kind of become. I'm forgetting my roots. But I forgot that I would need a memory card so I can save my progress with the game. So I had to go back and get a memory card. And I just thought, you know, that was kind of a bit of a nostalgic sort of story, a nostalgic kind of event. Because, I mean, you know, back in my day, when we had memory cards where you had to save things, and, you know, you didn't have these fancy wireless controllers. No, you had a cord and a cable that hooked it up into the console. Man, good old days with PlayStation 2. But I mean, technology has progressed. I don't know, kind of a bit of a tangent there, but then again, this is the Tangent series, so I mean, really, what else would you expect? But I have GM mode, so I think I'm not gonna confirm it officially, but I mean, I can all but confirm that 2006 GM mode is gonna happen at some point. You know, I've recorded my career episodes ahead of this, and I have, in fact, recorded to the end of the series. It wasn't exactly as quick as I expected. I didn't expect the series to go for 40 episodes. I mean, it's March 20th, the day I'm recording this commentary, although this will probably be up. Let's see, I have to get my 500th video up yet, so this will probably be uploaded later in March. Don't think it'll be April yet. But I mean, it just kind of shows that, you know, this career mode went on a bit longer than I anticipated. So perhaps the GM mode series will start up after career mode, or maybe if I'm feeling antsy, if I just want to get the series going, perhaps I'll just start the series up maybe a little bit, you know, a little bit before career mode ends. Maybe like when I'm down to the final 1, 2, maybe 3 episodes, I might upload first episode of 06 GM mode. And of course, it will be on the PlayStation 2. I mean, I said that already, but I don't know. I just kind of confused myself there. I don't know. I gotta look up on the internet, see if I can find any, like, cheat codes or whatever. Man, that's another nostalgic tale. Just the day and age where there were cheat codes to unlock things and whatnot. Because then otherwise I'm gonna have to play through season mode to get all the legends and whatnot. But it's going to be kind of fun to go back and play an old PlayStation 2 game. The wrestling game. The first wrestling game that I ever actually owned was Smackdown vs. Raw 2006. Even though it was after the point where 2007 was already... It was already a game. It was already made and out on the consoles. My friend had 2007, and that's what introduced me into the series. But this was the first game I ever owned, because I remember asking my mom, I was like, hey, there's this one game, can you get it for me? And then she's like, okay. And she got the wrong one by mistake. She got 2006, but turns out that was actually a good thing, because this game is cool. This game is fun. It definitely was worth playing, and you know, everything happens for a reason. That's what I believe. That's what I believe in life. Everything happens for a reason. Even if you make mistakes, there's a reason for those mistakes, because you learn from your mistakes. That's what I learned from Universe Mode. That's what I've learned all my time on YouTube. I've learned a few things. But at the moment, let's focus back on the matchup at hand. Jett Storm, he's looking to finish Del Rio off with the Eye of the Storm from the Fireman's Carry. That'll put Del Rio out for good. Somehow, Del Rio kicked out of the Storm out, but that Eye of the Storm, that's Jett Storm's trump card, and that's the end of the match. Jett Storm has won. He will be entering the Royal Rumble match at the number 27th spot. Based on your recent performances, you should feel lucky. This number has produced the most winners in Royal Rumble history. Well, that is it for this episode. Vicky Guerrero, couldn't have said it better myself. I want to thank you all for watching. Keep on YouTubing.